Hello, hello.
Hola. Hi.
Welcome,
Hola.
welcome to the Roscoe Tavern viewing party of season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
What's up, Roscoe? Make some noise. Yes. Ladies, have a seat. Oh my God. There's a line around the block.
Baby.
It is
in the
packed
alley
in here. We are we're getting ready to get this started. Bree, let's get this started. My Continental sister, Miss Sasha Colby!
Word.
Thank you, Chicago. Period.
Roscoe's keep that energy going for her season 15 sister, Luxx Noir.
London!
Hi, everybody.
Work.
Oh, my God.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this started. But before we do, hello to YouTube. YouTube, go ahead and push that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Ladies, you're finally here. How are you guys?
Yes, welcome.
I can't feel my toes. I'm back in Chicago.
I mean, they look pretty insulated from here, Diva.
Yes. She's getting all corners.
I mean, Chicago was home for you, yes?
Yes, for
Yes.
about 6 years. I used to live right here in Boys Town. Used to terrorize the fuck out of this place. You hear me? I'm surprised I'm even allowed back in most of the places I now said.
So you're used to this cold. How about Luxx? Are you used to this type of weather?
Yeah, in Jersey, it gets pretty cold.
It's pretty cold.
But this is like, actually, today I was like, oh, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but I'm probably just used to the cold.
Is this your first time here in Chicago?
Yes.
Well, welcome.
A lot of the places I've been traveling recently, it's my first time there because before Drag Race, I'd probably left the state of New Jersey probably like 3 times. So, and the furthest I've ever gone is like North Carolina.
Well, welcome. Chicago's super excited to have you here. I want to remind everyone that today we will be performing at 10:30 p.m. and every single one of us will be taking the stage. So make sure that after the viewing party, you do stick around. It's going to be an amazing show. And I guess we're ready, right? Yes.
Yes,
and
we're
on.
ready.
Let's go.
Hit it.
All right, the tea is hot.
Yes.
Yes. It's interesting. So before we get into this episode,
Yeah.
let's run back to last week for just a second. Luxx got their second win, and yes. Marsha was here last week. She said y'all had a great relationship on the So Sasha that we didn't really get to see. But how was your point of view watching Anitra and Marsha go head to head on Boss Bitch?
In the room, the energy was like electric. Like it was bonkers. Like it was the only time where I saw like everybody in the room ovation for at least a minute, like 60 seconds. Like it was pretty severe. I honestly didn't know. In the moment, I was like, oh, well, they're both staying, so yay. And then Ruth said, I mean, yay, but also, because, you know,
Another
competition.
week.
Another week. But then Ruth was like, Anitra, and I was like, oh, okay, I could see that. But then I was like, oh, but Marsha, like, tore. So I was like, well, at least she, like, didn't go home on, like a negative note. Like, that, I knew in that moment, I was like, oh, this is top 5, like, franchise, period.
Yes, Marsha was great. I just think, like, all I remember is after Anitra did all that shit, that fucking updo stayed on.
Yeah, I was gagged.
Like, that never happens. Especially this season. There's a lot of updos coming down.
A lot of
lip sync.
updos going down,
Baby.
dudes, mama.
Okay, well, we all know reality television is not real.
Right.
And we've talked about with
What?
some of the other girls how they're portrayed. Like we've talked about, you know, the pick me syndrome with Lucy. How do you guys feel about the way you guys have been portrayed thus far in the season?
Accurately
accurate.
delusional, yeah.
Accurately delusional.
Accurately delusional, just enough, right? Yeah. Fun, colorful.
In my head, from what I was seeing, for the most part, everything that was happening on the screen is what happened in person.
Yeah.
So contrary to what like people are saying, from my perspective, it was pretty accurate to what was happening in
Yeah.
real time.
And there were a lot of side eyes of me and Luxx and be like, girl.
Okay, I totally feel it.
Girl.
Like, okay, so Selena, is she the same way in the workroom as she is when her confessionals? Because she's a little, like, jabby in the confessional.
Oh, she's spicy in the confessionals.
Yeah, it wasn't really
like
giving that.
a
in the
crybaby in the workroom.
Oh!
And like,
And then spicy. She
and,
knows
like,
it.
in the
she
workroom,
knows
it's kind of like, not like, but like, you know, like kind of like shy and
Yeah.
like doesn't really want to like
Meek.
like be like the focal point in like the room. But then in the confessional, she's lighting the girls up. So I don't know. I kind of live.
I live for the turn up. And isn't it nice, like now we're like 10 episodes in, and all of a sudden Selena doesn't sound that loud? Is it just me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we kind
Like,
of
like, oh, okay, let's
we
go.
kind of got like used to
You
it.
get
You
used
know,
to
it's
it.
like okay.
Interesting. So who's the bigger crybaby? Is it Lucy or is it Selena?
Well, physically, I would say Selena. Selena has cried probably every episode this
Yes.
season. But metaphorically, I feel like Lucy's complained a little more than Selena.
The soul.
It's a soul cry. It's an inner cry.
Well, Lucy wasn't done complaining. She was here to fight for her role in this Heaven Gate situation.
Yeah.
Luxx, you seem to also like to fight for a role that you want. What is that about?
I don't know. If you want something bad enough, don't stop until you have it. I feel like that's my philosophy for like everything in life. If you want something bad enough, go out there and get it.
Now, we're super excited that we're back to 90-minute episodes. So, obviously, you guys were shortchanged. You know, we didn't get to see a lot of things, I feel like. Is there anything
well,
that...
we weren't shortchanged. We're still on the
They're still on the show.
I don't know. I got my camera time.
We got
I
to
was
experience
fine.
the 90-minute
Well,
episode.
you know what I mean. But was there anything that has happened when there were shorter episodes that you were like, man, I really wish that this... We're back. We're going to come back to that because it's going to come back. But we're going to get back to it. But we want to know if there's anything that you guys might have happened that we didn't get to see, you know, because they were shorter episodes. All right. So before we go back to what's going on the screen, we're going to go back to that original question. We talked about this with a lot of your castmates about, you know, just things that maybe you wish they would have featured, but due to the short episodes, you know, certain things might have been cut out. Was there anything that you wish the show might have focused on or neglected that you wish they would have shown?
A critique, a storyline, yeah, anything like that.
Not that I can remember. We filmed this a long time ago. I don't really know every detail. Also, I really do kind of primarily focus on things that happen to me. So I feel like I kind of remember everything that happened for me, and that was kind of shown on TV. I can't really pinpoint anything to my knowledge that I wish was shown.
And I'm exactly the same as Luxx. I don't know what happened to any of the other girls. I know what happened to me. I feel great about it. Actually, I did have a journal that I wrote because we do it a long time ago. So I wanted it to be like in the moment, remember what happened, and like try to compare what happened then to what was shown. But I think everything was kind of
I do wish
shown.
they showed Lucy leading us to the win a little more. I do. I do.
Yes? Oh, okay.
Keep your phone away, kid.
Oh, okay. Just want to remind everyone, no filming. There's absolutely no filming. You can take a picture, all that good stuff, but there's absolutely no filming whatsoever. So if you see your phones, you'll be escorted out. So no filming. Anyway, okay. So did you have a follow-up question? Okay. So I want to talk about something that I kept seeing on the show. Okay. So was it the episode before you had your challenge win?
Yes.
That it was it was
She won and
no
then
it,
Luxx
it
won.
was Sasha who
Last episode was Luxx and Lucy.
right no but I'm
Before
saying
that
before
was
that I'm saying
Sasha.
before
It was
that
Sasha.
one that it
Charo
was
interview.
that it was Sasha's win, right? But everyone on cast was kind of like and then they told me, the girls have told me, they're like, even Sasha was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Did I really just win that?
Yeah,
Tell
but-
us about
Well,
the
we
energy
were-
and how that happened.
God. Here we go. So we got to watch each other do the interview. So like we got to see what everyone else was doing. Maybe we didn't know how we were coming off, so that was interesting to watch after. But we were all pretty nervous. Whatever. This is my truth, y'all. All right. So Mistress gaslit me to think that I did bad. Literally was like, Auntie, who do you think is on the bottom? I'm like, real tea, you in Malaysia? And she was like, for real? I'm like, well, I mean, it wasn't the girl that was on, like, Daytona Wins. You know, maybe they saw that you were a little nervous. And then she's sitting there like, or maybe it could be you, because Charo was really hard. And so then I literally went in thinking that I was not winning. So thank you, Mistress. False sense of reality.
Well, to bring it back to this week, it's finally the Rusical. I feel like it's a little late in the season to have a Rusical as well, with only 6 competitors.
Girls,
I kind of love it.
I think this is perfect. I don't think we need it with 12 girls.
Well, no
Yeah.
fillers. Yeah, you get to actually see each
We're
one
gonna see
shine.
a good show, yeah.
I'm going to have you hold on that question really quick because we're going to be back in 5
Let's get into
seconds.
it.
And then we'll get back to the Rusical because we really should get into that. Okay, the question everyone wants answered. Why was there a security tag on your coat?
She's
Okay.
stealing.
She's stealing.
Okay, first things first. I never had to steal anything.
It's called mopping.
It's I don't steal. I mop. Thank you. I'm kidding. No, no. So this is the story. Right before I left Drag Race, I bought like an entire new wardrobe of stuff to wear in the workroom, and everybody was saying it's very cold in the workroom, so have a jacket. And I was in the store. And I was like, oh my God, this jacket's really cute. But I had a shit ton of stuff with me. I spent probably like $1,000 in the store, just like brought everything to the register and was like, this is it. So they forgot to take the tag off the coat. And I couldn't remove it because I bought it like 2 days before I went to the show. So I didn't have time to go and take it back.
But did
I
you
like
pay
the
for
stealing
it?
story
Oh,
better.
she paid full price, trust and believe.
I want to see the receipt.
Well, I don't know if I can provide that
I want to
for
see
you
the
at this
receipt for your
time.
40-inch wig, too.
Batty has been asking all season.
Did you bring receipts, little girl?
Also, the girls want to listen.
Little
you know,
girl?
And regarding this 40-inch wig situation, I just have one thing to say. It happened, 10 weeks ago? I still get comments for it. Unless you're writing me a check for $40,000, I'm not telling you if the wig is 40 inches or not. So if one of you have a check for 40K, you can bring it up to me after the show. I'll be at DrawCon May 12th and 13th. You can come visit me at my booth. So until then, I will not be revealing the length of said wig because what is it gonna fix in the world? Nothing.
To bring it back to the question we had just before the episode was the Rusical. We're back to that. It's Wig Loose, a parody of Footloose. Would y'all prefer to sing live, or do you like having the character already there for you?
I would have loved to sing it live.
She would be fine.
I would have loved to.
There's a reason why I lip sync. So no, thank God we had pre-recorded.
I think that had it been live, live singing, there would have been without a doubt me as Heaven.
And during the rehearsal,
if there was a sing-off. If there was a sing-off
Yeah,
for
you would've had
Heaven.
to fight.
Lucy would have fought you for
You
it.
would have really had to
Grudge
fight for
match.
that one.
Well, then she would have lost. I don't know. It's the truth.
So let me ask you, there's been some relationships that have developed, mother-daughter relationships on the show. How is your relationship with the rest of the cast? And have you guys formed any special bonds with anyone in particular?
I'm cordial with everyone on the cast.
Wait. We have to we have to address the
pitch.
The pitch.
The pitch went up real
So you know
quick.
what that is, right?
Usually
like-
that's when someone's lying.
Yeah, and the higher the pitch, the more you have to lie.
The more you
More
have to
live. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not lying. If I had a problem with somebody, I would say like I'm not super close with Aura. I'm not super close with
Okay, we
with,
have to
like-
come
oh,
back
wait,
to
wait,
this.
wait,
We're gonna
wait,
come
we're
back
gonna
to
come
this. Okay, we're gonna go back to the question that we were talking about.
RuPaul looks so good.
She does.
RuPaul
She really
looks
does.
That was a
Amazing.
good one.
No, she
Oh,
does. She
wow.
really looks amazing. Okay, so we were talking about special
mine's not-
bonds or relationships that you have,
Yes.
or lack thereof, with your
Yes.
castmates. Luxx was talking about who she was not close to. Luxx, you
And
want
I
to
think
finish?
the list was still going.
I know.
right?
That's
think
what
she's-
the list was. Like, who are you close to? Who are you not? Who do you
I
chill
feel
with?
like it would be easier to say who I am close to. I'm close to Sasha. I'm close to Mistress. I talk to Anitra all the time. Marsha, the twins, Malaysia, Selena. Those are my girls. Those are my primary girls that I talk to on the regular. I don't have any ill will or hard feelings towards anybody. You know, there's 16 of us. All of us are not going to be my BFF, you know?
Yeah, and I'm getting more... and I guess I'm getting more at, because, like, with the twins, everyone... When it started, everyone felt a certain kind of way, and then next thing you know, they walked out with drag mothers. So they have good relationships, right?
Luxx was like team twins the whole time. Like, they kind of knew each other from social media.
Yeah.
And I love the twins, too. So I was like, we were down for them.
Yeah.
I'm glad everybody else came around, though.
Yeah, I knew from the jump. I was like, oh, they're about to get the party started, honey.
Yes, drag is good, honey.
Luxx, I love, and I don't know if it's your personality or you came into the race thinking this, but you reference the show quite often. Is that just you're such a huge fan, or you're just like, I'm gonna be that girl?
Yeah, I talk like that all the time. I talk like that with my friends. When I'm with my friends, I say yes, mama. It's like, I don't know. I kind of like grew up watching Drag Race. I started watching Drag Race when I was 11 years old. Like in secret, maybe even 12. So like Drag Race is kind of like some people like will reference like Golden Girls, or some people. Will reference,
don't do me like that, bitch.
Oh, not too much.
It's a compliment. It was a compliment.
Wait,
It's a millennial
listen.
trait.
I just mentioned the show. I said nothing about age. I said nothing. I know 23-year-olds who love Golden Girls. You know,
Golden Girls.
It just wasn't my cup of tea. So yeah, I kind of just grew up with Drag Race being my one cultural fixture of queer culture, and being a in the closet queer kid. It's like that and Lady Gaga, you know.
So earlier we saw, Sasha, you were talking about your relationship or lack thereof with your mom. Is that something that has changed? Is that still the same? And what do you have to say to those that don't have a relationship with, their parents?
It's still not good. My family and I, we don't really talk. Yeah, my mom's pretty ill. Always had mental illness pretty much, and we've been trying to deal with that, and it's hard. But yeah, they actually haven't really been around this whole time. They haven't said anything, which is great. So I was able to create very, very clear boundaries on a show, and it's the best I've ever felt. And I guess that's why I have a lot of kids, because I'm trying to make up for my lack of mothering. So that's why I do it,
And
Mother.
And I think that that's the perfect. Your situation is a perfect example of chosen family, because you have family all across the world, right? Kudos to you, for handling that so well, especially when they're something.
And I was like, God, moms love me except for my mom, which is wild. But I'm not gonna be over it because one person in the world doesn't like me, even though I came out of her. But I got all these people, so many people that love me, so
Hell yeah.
it makes
All
up
love
for
you.
it.
Yeah.
And y'all got good taste. I'm just gonna say thank you.
And speaking of family moments, last week, Luxx, you got one of the first video messages. How was that for you in that moment?
It was kind of wild. It's you kind of go through Drag Race, just okay, I'm here, whatever, yada yada yada. But then when you kind of see it from the outside, in, it kind of just, you kind of just look around and you're like, fuck, I'm on Drag Race right now. It's the craziest thing ever. I was missing my family a lot. I was missing my boyfriend a lot. He's over there.
Hey, boyfriend.
No. This isn't about him. I was
Not too much.
I was missing.
Doing the most.
I get it.
Doing the most.
I get it.
Get out now. No, just.
I was missing him a lot, and it just felt really good to have him in my corner.
All right, Roscoe's. Give it up one more time for Sasha and Luxx.
So good.
That was so entertaining.
good.
How
Yeah.
did we feel watching that back?
It's wild, because in my head, like I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, I know what comes next. And it's kind of like it was taking me back to like when we were like filming it. And I was like, I remember just like hearing it like blaring through the speakers on the main stage, like over and over and over again. So I'm like, oh my God, it feels like kind of wild to finally be able to like listen to this tune that's been stuck in my head for months.
Yeah, you guys couldn't see it on YouTube, but Luxx was sitting here doing all of the choreography each moment. So she definitely lives for this, and you're so good at this. How about you, Sasha?
Hot mic. It was fun to watch because it seems so crazy and hectic, and it's a lot of like moving parts. But we all looked really great. I'm really excited. Thank God.
Yeah, no, the final product was amazing. The season 14 girls said they had a weekend to rehearse for Moulin Rouge. Did y'all get the same amount of time?
Yes.
Potentially.
Actually,
Potentially, okay.
Potentially. Oh yeah, potentially.
And how many times did you guys do it? Like, how many times did you perform it?
Twice, right?
Yeah.
We did it twice for different angles. Yeah.
Because usually they'll do it like
15.
quite a few times. So we're just thinking.
Was the 80 wardrobe provided, or was that in your list of things to bring? Was an 80s look?
They gave us
Yeah,
that.
wardrobe, hair, everything was
Oh, nice.
theirs, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
So what was your favorite part of the whole thing?
Putting a beard back on.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. No.
Caramel has a
You
special
looked
place
lovely,
for
in
you.
my
That's
opinion,
true.
Sasha.
Caramel loves that.
My favorite part was getting into drag because I thought I looked like horrible in like the little boy drag. It was the
Yeah.
wig. I hated that wig. I really did.
The
it
Michael
was a
Jackson.
mess.
It was
the
giving
Michael
Michael
Jackson,
Jackson.
Little Richard,
buckwheat, yeah.
It was. It was.
Shut up!
I'm triggered.
Shut up. It was not something that I would particularly wear for myself.
It was old maiden type
Of wig. And if that's the case,
She should have
put it back
on the wig
rack
head.
She was unqualified.
to own that
We will
wig.
do the
Keep
whole
going.
thing. We will literally mic check the whole dialogue every single time.
Well, yes.
Sasha, you referenced Alyssa Edwards in there at a moment. And I know that you and Alyssa competed for Continental a couple times against each other and, throughout the years and whatnot. What is it like finally being on the show now that they've opened it up to us girls and you feel that, you're here. You're here finally on television. How do you feel? What is this? Tell me.
Feels right. It feels really good. It feels like home. Yeah, watching like so many seasons and so many years of my sisters and girls that I grew up with, it's lovely to be a part of it. Thank you so much. I'm contestant number 7.
All right. So listen, your runway looks were both lovely. Give us the inspiration behind both your looks.
So, this wasn't my original concept for this category. I originally wanted to do this like latex dress that looked like a condom, cause like no glove, no love, That was my thought process behind it. But then we went in a different route, and I was like, what if I like did like 2 broken arm casts? Like I was like, I know that's something that like nobody would think of. It's borderlining like not gloves, but like technically it is, cause fingerless gloves are a thing. Even though my fingers were wrapped. But yeah, I was just like, okay, let me go for this kind of like scene kid kind of moment. It was different from everything that was in my package. I was not wearing like a heel, so I was like, that's a little different. I was wearing pants.
And
And
that Kelly wig.
I
made an
don't know if
appearance.
anybody clocked this tea, but I
Kelly
am
wig.
wearing the Kelly Rowland wig that was on Mistress's
But
puppet
why don't you have
from the Beyonce
Why don't you
runway.
have a belly?
I am referencing the current season on that season of Drag Race. Who does that?
Who
Nobody.
calls back themselves
Who
a
calls back to the
star?
callback? It's crazy. It's wild.
No, I actually really loved your look. I thought it was
I
so
loved
clever.
yours,
No,
too.
I loved yours.
I know, I loved
no,
yours.
I loved yours. every
Every
runway.
time.
I love yours.
Every time we would kind of just like walk past each other and be like,
Period. Yeah, no, I thought it was really inventive, and it like was like very Hot Topic girl, like the pretty klutz that still does the skateboarding. She's got a skateboarding girl.
I wanted to skateboard down the runway, but then if I fell, I really would probably break my
How would
arms.
one catch
So
oneself?
it's like I didn't want to risk, embarrassing myself in front of millions of people more than I already probably do
More than
every
that
week.
wig from Roscoe.
More than that, girl. A girl.
How about
We
you,
love
Sasha?
wigs
Who
and grays.
inspired your look, and who made that for you?
Howie B made it. He's a really well-known designer in LA. And it was weird because the prompt was show like everybody say glove. So I didn't know if it was like use gloves as a material or
Wear
be a
gloves.
glove. And so
Like,
we were
wear
like,
gloves.
they allowed us to have a lot of room for it,
Freedom.
room to play. So I think I had like 3 or 4 different looks, and it just wasn't feeling it. And so I just bought the whole, all of the gloves, all the baseball gloves, and broke probably a bunch of needles trying to sew that all together. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say you knocked it out of the park. That was it was conceptual in a way that nobody else was even thinking. They were just thinking gloves. And you took one of the most masculine sports and made it into drag.
Hi.
And that, you shape-shifted that shit. That was
Yeah.
fierce, mama.
I maybe transitioned baseball to a non-binary state, right?
All right, Sasha Luxx, we know you loved your looks and each other's. Was there any of your sisters who you thought had room for improvement on the runway?
All of them.
Did you say all of them, Sasha?
Oh, no, I said, oh.
Oh, okay.
Who was there?
Who was,
I didn't love Lucy's, if I'm gonna be honest. I didn't love Lucy's, and I loved Anitra's. I just wish that the lasers were more prominent on the gloves.
The glove.
I wish they like
or-
darkened the room like how they did for the
Or
All-Stars.
just had like more like
It would've been
more
really effective.
laser.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a different laser that's like where it comes like from the finger.
Yeah.
Maybe that would have been opposed
Like if
to
she
like
also had those.
That could have
Right.
been
I
a
just
little
think
more
it needed
effective.
more laser to have the lighting effect, but the look was phenomenal. Like she looked gorgeous. But yeah, I think that's the only.
I really just could not stop laughing at
Selena
Selena.
with those fucking gloves
Those
on.
like,
gloves.
and the way she was talking with the
it was. You'll see, but it's
Oh my
it's
gosh.
hilarious.
I could not.
And my fucking arms, bitch, that week were tore up from the floor. I was like this the entire day. So it was like,
Oh, and she asked us all to sign
yeah,
her
I
cast.
had all the girls sign the
So
cast.
we got to sign it, which is really great.
Yeah. It was a really special look because I would like, they were kind of sitting there the whole season and I'd just be like in my station and I'd look at the gloves and be like, oh, those are my bitches back home. Period.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Wait, first thing is let's. Obviously, I want to get both your thought process on who you chose, but Luxx, I want to start with you. Did you, once they started asking and they were giving their girls, did you know right away that you were going to go all the way down the line? And now, Batty, you said she read everyone, and she didn't actually. She
I didn't
praised
read-
every single
I
one of them
praised
and
every-
read the fuck out of Lucy.
Right. No, I meant to say she said something about each person, but yes, you did read Lucy down.
Well, okay. So I didn't know they were gonna ask, but when they did ask, as everybody else was going, I was like, I think I want to say why I wouldn't send someone home. And in that moment, I did give Lucy her 10s. I said Lucy does what she does amazingly, which, you know, I don't know if amnesia will strike and we'll forget that I said that. But I said that she's amazing at what she does. However, this is the one thing that I would put against her when I just gave all the reasons why I would save someone else. I even kind of, I don't know if they aired it, but I kind of also read Selena, so I was like, while she's not as polished, she has a clear point of view, and it's something different that we haven't seen. So that was kind of my viewpoint. I mean, I don't think I was wrong in what I said. It was my opinion.
No,
absolutely
not at
not.
all.
Yeah,
I know I wasn't wrong in what I said. It's a
Yeah,
little
I was
generic.
gonna say, I was like,
but-
don't second guess now, because
No, and I didn't leave that moment thinking, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. No, I said what I said and I meant it, you know? But I don't think,
I share what I
but
say.
I wanted to, I knew I was giving everybody else compliments. I didn't want to just be like, and Lucy sucks. Like, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, let me actually tell the truth and say that she is amazing at what she does. It's undeniable. Like, she did amazing in the Snatch Game. She's done really well in the competition. The one thing I would just put on her is that, as a whole, I feel like her drag is a little bit more on the generic side. And in my opinion, America's drag, she has the charisma, nerve, and talent. She's, for me, just kind of missing the uniqueness. I wouldn't even. Ooh, I think it's.
Yeah, no,
I think it's true.
It's totally fair. It's totally
It's
fair.
fair.
It's absolutely totally fair.
Bitch, if we didn't see Lucy break down before, bitch, it's about to happen.
And I didn't even know she said what to Selena she said. Had I known that, I probably would have skipped all the zhuzh with telling everybody else that they were great, and I probably would have went straight to her and been like, I'm sending her home because she thinks that I'm a erotic person, you know? Which I don't know if she thinks that, but that was just me using like a generalized statement. She probably doesn't. I don't know. Who knows? Who will ever know, honestly?
And Sasha, you were clear. You just wanted Luxx and Lucy out because they had the most wins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pageant girl, so I'm going to say the pageant answer. And, I mean, didn't Luxx say enough? By the time it got to me, I'm like, let me just
Okay.
give a compliment to the ones that I think are my like fiercest competitors.
Okay, but we're not at the pageant right now.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is Roscoe's
So,
auntie.
yes.
We have Roscoe's right now. And if we're asking you that question, who would you send home?
I mean, I stand behind it. Like like at the end of the day, you're gonna look at who has the biggest track record, who has the most wins, the most saves, and this one was it. So, and she knows it. I'm like, Rich, diva sees diva, goddess sees goddess, you know? No tea.
No tea, no shade. I didn't feel any type of way when Sasha said me. I was like, oh, well, she thinks I'm fierce, so fierce. I was like, she thinks I'm fierce. She's level-headed and she knows what's going on in the competition.
Yes. Not delusional.
Let's keep her around.
Not delusional.
Let's keep her around. I'm kidding. Not really. I'm not kidding.
I live. Okay. So, you guys got the critiques. Everyone seemed to get kind of. We're back in 5 seconds, so we'll come back to this question.
Yeah.
But everyone got pretty good.
Everyone got good critiques. It was hard.
All right, so we are going to do some questions here with our divas. Then we're going to get to y'all in just a little bit after Untucked, so stick around for those Q&A questions. But Sasha and Luxx, Selena has just been eliminated from the competition. Was there any special moments that y'all had with her or that you remember throughout the season with her while she was there?
Oh yeah, like I've known Selena since before the show, so we were really, really good friends, and she and we kind of terrorize LA and WeHo and doing our brunches and working really hard. So it was lovely to have another LA girl that I could hang out with, and like we just knew each other. We made sure to like be in this like right next to each other for our stations. And when it would be happen when we would like get in our feelings or like crumble, we would like go into our closet area where we would share and like stick our heads in there and like figure out like how to like talk each other off a ledge. But I've always have like a soft spot for my Selena. I love her.
Luxx, what about you, Diva? Any moments with Selena?
I would say that me and Selena started to connect more towards the end of the season and like after filming. So I didn't really have too many moments. Well, sharing the Roscoe with Selena, because we were kind of like scene partners the entire time. It was really special because we kind of went through the entire thing, like hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. So I think that in that moment, me and Selena kind of got the chance to become closer.
Yes, and I forgot, Luxx was my son, and I was his dad in the Rusical.
Yes.
Father-son realness.
Father-son House of Gucci.
Your dad could never.
RuPaul said this was one of the best musicals ever that has ever happened. What, watching the franchise, is your favorite musical?
I really like Madonna the Rusical. That probably is my favorite musical. Either that or Shade the Rusical. I love. And does Glamazonian Airways count as a musical?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, Glamazonian Airways is my number one. I know every single word, every single breath. If I could perform it front to back, every single part. I love it. I'm not doing it. He takes me to the cockpit.
Where's the check? The $40,000 check.
Says
She'll do it.
unspeakable things. Bazi, ga la la. And I loved it. Oh, I loved Don't kiss the. All right, I'm not gonna keep going.
Luxx,
She is a theater baby.
Luxx, tell me, how does it feel, I mean, to be such a fan and grow up watching this show, and now you're on it and on the road to possibly winning it? How does that feel?
It feels crazy. Like not even like I used to dream about this. Like no, like I used to like literally have like dreams about being on Drag Race. I was watching Drag Race before I started drag, and I was like, oh, I think I could go on Drag Race and crush it. I was like, I don't think there's a challenge that they've done that I can't do. Even before I even started doing drag, I was like, oh, I'm good at this. You know, I think this is something I could do. And then I started drag, not wanting to get on Drag Race, and then I was just like, oh, well, why not try out? You know. And then I did it, 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 and I got on.
And you seem to be very well-rounded in everything that you've done. Do you have it come from a theater background?
Yes, I always did theater in elementary school. I went to a performing arts middle and high school for musical theater, and I went to college for musical theater.
I just asked Luxx if it was shady like that coming from Mistress, and she said it was not. It was the edit.
It wasn't even the edit. It's kind of just how it like. I don't think she had any like shady intentions behind it. We were all exhausted, so she was probably just like, "I'm happy for you." Like she didn't like. She wasn't just like, "Girl, I'm happy for you." Like she probably she genuinely meant
era.
it. She was just like, you know, she just
I'm
said
happy
it.
for
I'm
you.
happy for you.
I know the girls are talking about how exhausted they are. You talked about how long the day is. Why don't you guys touch on what that day looked like? From, you know, beginning to rehearsal, all of it.
So,
Right, well. Because all the days just all like clump up into one.
Yeah.
But I think we did rehearsal day, and then the next day was everything. So that's why we're kind of exhausted, because we filmed the whole musical twice. We ran through it, and then had a little break to get into drag
and
for our
eat
runway.
lunch, because people
Eat
think
lunch,
we don't
or you
get
could
fed.
eat lunch and then get ready. It would cut into you, but they made you stop because you had to eat.
Yeah.
So, whatever, right now.
Who needs food?
And we
Food
were
is very
just-
important, guys.
Yeah, sleep deprived, like just kind of going on it, and then here's your family, cry. You know, it's great.
Fun.
At this point in the competition, you've been there for a while. Do you guys feel like a whole lot of pressure? Are you guys, is it stress? Are you having a good time still? Where are your emotions at right now?
Well, I think it was all literally like, it was just molding into one long episode, and I really didn't know what, like, we were both kind of like, whatever was thrown our way, we just like, yeah, okay. Because you never know, you just kind of got to be open for, that's part of the competition, is not just the TV show part and then the runways and the challenges, but also like all the things of filming a show where they really don't take certain things into account, and that's part of it.
Yeah. I was having a pretty good time my entire time there. I feel like if I let myself get too like bent out of shape and like stressed out about the situation at hand and not just having a good time with the girls, I probably would have like ran myself off of a cliff. So I just was in my head. I was like, okay, you're just having fun.
Yeah, we're
and
having fun.
at this point, you've made it pretty far. Whatever happens, you've still kind of left a decent mark on. You won 2 challenges. It's like, you know. Not if I went home today, I'd be happy, but if I went home today, it would suck really bad. But, you know, at least I didn't. Like, at least I fulfilled a goal of making it to the end. Because it was the end at this point. There's 6 of us.
Yeah, it was really getting down to it. So it was like, shit, you can't really, like, fuck up now because there's not a lot of people.
You kind of got to have
When
fun.
there was 16, I'm like, I know I'm not as bad as 14 other girls. You know?
That part.
Okay. Sasha Luxx, while y'all were getting ready for this season, did y'all have any help from either Carrie from the previous or your mother, Mo Hart?
Yes. Mo helped me with a lot. She kind of helped me like conceptualize the glove look. She helped me out financially with a couple things. She like made some hair for me.
In addition, was there any like advice?
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to that. She like gave me a lot of I didn't mean it like okay. You just gotta clarify, girls like to take things out of context. She did give me a lot of insightful advice. I remember the day I got the call. She was the first person I spoke to after I got it, even before like any of my friends or like my actual mom. We just kind of talked on the phone for like 2 hours and just chatted about how everything was going to change, how it is being there, what to expect, things that you should try not to do, things that you definitely should go in there doing, and yeah, just a lot of really sound advice. Advice that a mother would give a child going into a similar situation, you know?
Sasha, how was the experience with Carrie helping you out?
She gave me absolutely no advice. No, no, I'm like not kidding. We're both like Leos, July Leos, so we really don't like to ask for help or get help. So I let her do her thing when she ran, and you know, kind of let me do my thing. But who did help and gave me some really good advice about like production and like what to expect, and actually made me some hair was Mo Hart, was Luxx's mom. Yeah, she's, you know, she just wants all the girls on there to be amazing. So, thanks,
Yeah.
Mo.
Thank you.
Love that. Shout out. Is this on? Is it working? Okay. Thank you. Shout out to Mo Hart, such a sweetheart, for making you some hair.
Love you, Diva.
Since we're doing little shout outs, we might as well send a couple shout outs to our viewers that tune in every single week. They send us little shout outs and leave us cute little messages on YouTube, and we want to send them some love. So let's go ahead and do that. There's Andy and Danny. Andy and Danny, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you.
We want to thank Jay and Ralph for watching us every week in the Philippines. That is so fantastic.
Yes,
Regina and Ross in Dublin, Ireland, thank y'all for continuing to watch us
Oh
and
my
comment.
God, this is your day, guys.
Dylan, hi Dylan, all the way in the UK. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue to watch and comment and all that good stuff.
Sending some love to Ivan in Bulgaria.
Down Under still watches us as well, so thank you to Sam in Australia. We appreciate you, babe.
And then we want to send a quick little shout out to the Arches at Glenridge in Atlanta, and they watch us every single Monday. They go ahead and tune in and watch. And we had just a couple more shout outs. Gennaro in San Jose. Hey, Gennaro. Anna in Finland. Anna, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hi, Anna. We love you.
Yeah, we
Thank
love you.
Anna, we love you.
We thought we were going to have enough time to get through all of them that one segment, and then we had to segue back into this. So, hi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to watch. We love you. Continue to leave comments because we will continue to
Nice
send
comments.
shout-outs. Yes. Now, you can leave nasty ones, too. Then we just go after you. On that note, we're going to do some Q&A. So the audience has some questions for our lovely, lovely guests. We're going to take those questions. And then I just want to remind everyone that there's a whole other bar on the other side that you can go drink, eat, kiki, and do the most. But on this side, we're going to respect our guests, and we're going to ask them some questions and listen to what they have to say. Cool? Yay?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Let's get started with
Okay.
these questions.
I have a question from a viewer that it's on my phone here. So I'm going to start off while Caramel runs into the audience and grabs some questions. All right. So, ladies, as we know, many icons are gearing up to tour this year. Which one of the following legends would you pick a front row seat to? Beyonce's Renaissance Tour, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, Madonna's Celebration Tour, Janet Jackson Together Again, or Pink Summer Carnival Tour. Oh, wait, there's one more. Shania Twain, Queen of Me.
Okay.
Beyonce.
Okay, let's take Beyonce out of that question. I shouldn't even ask that.
If Beyonce is not in the equation, then definitely Madonna.
I'm a Janet Jackson girly, so I will be there at that concert.
Are you ladies going to see Beyonce?
It's a very sensitive subject.
It's
right
very
now.
sensitive.
That I want to refrain from talking about. Okay.
Yes, it's rather triggering. My daughter Carrie actually got tickets for her and I, and unfortunately, I will be doing something for Drag Race on that day.
Oh, shit.
Shade.
So what I'm hearing is I should call Carrie because I'm available that day.
I was gonna buy tickets, but my bank wasn't letting me.
For
It was
some
weird.
reason.
No, and it's gonna sound like I didn't have the money. They were just like, we can't process. They were like, you have to call, and I was like, I'm not doing
It's
that.
because
Like
you
the
still
shop-
owe them for that coat, bitch.
But because the tickets wouldn't have the shoplifting thing on the ticket, right?
Not too much, okay? I did pay for the coat. Thank you.
I mean, if you did take it off, then it would be like ink all over
Yeah, it
the
would be
coat.
ink all over it. And I was worried about fitting like a cinder block into my suitcase. I wasn't worried about the tag on this coat that I wore onto the airplane. I did, however, think that the alarm for like TSA would go off because it was on the coat, and I knew it, and I was like, I can't take it off. And nothing happened, so.
So what that like boils down to is whatever you steal, just take it right onto the airplane.
Yeah, it's fine.
And really quick, since we did say goodbye to Selena Estides, we can say hello to her next week because she will be here next week. And she will be joined by Anitra and Mistress Isabel Brooks.
Ooh, that's a good one, y'all.
That's gonna
I
be.
might have to
That's gonna
fly
be a good
to
one. That's gonna be a good one.
Chicago.
The seats are sold out already, but standing room is available. And
You
Sasha
still have that
Luxx,
ticket? Okay.
Our first question is right over here, Divas. Would you like to
Yes.
stand up? And what's your name and who's your question for?
Hello, my name is Connor. My question is for both Sasha and Luxx. So like Mistress said in the episode, when the season started, like a lot of girls were like, it's the Sasha meet and greet, like this is Sasha's season to win. So how did both of you deal with that pressure? Like Sasha knowing that everyone thought you were going to win, and Luxx that like everyone thought another girl was going to win.
Well,
Thank you.
I didn't care what anybody else in the room thought. I was here to focus on myself. And I feel like I say this a lot, and people out there think that I like hate Sasha when I say this. When I say that her being there didn't faze me, that's not a dig on her. That's just me saying that I came there ready to compete against whoever walked in the room. You know? So I love Sasha, but I was not intimidated or scared of her because Drag Race is a completely different ball game than anything that you do in the drag world or in the world in general. You know? Anything can happen to anybody.
Yeah, we all like possess special skills. Like I knew immediately when I saw Luxx, just like how her drag is and how she carries herself. I knew that, like, for lack of better words, a pageant girl. Like, I want the best to be next to me if we're competing, you know? You want somebody that loves it. She loves Drag Race. And, like even being able to quote different lines from different seasons and make it so effortlessly. It's fun for a Drag Race fan to watch another, not just fan, but another amazing queen love the show so much. So I just thought like it was the pressure being put on me by other people, like the whole mother thing, and I never really let it get to me because I mean I never done Drag Race before. We don't know how we're gonna do in like an acting challenge or in Snatch Game until it actually happens to you, and then you gag. Like so, nothing could have prepared me for it, and nothing should compare us.
Yeah.
Like we want to be the best, and that's what we always looked at with each other. Like even our runways and things were like, bitch, yes, do it.
I have a question over here, but before we get to that question really quick, Sasha, was this the first time you auditioned for a Drag Race?
This is the first time I ever auditioned, yes.
Awesome. Work.
Hi, my name is Adam. I really have
Hi.
a question more for actually Naysha and Sasha. What was the biggest difference between preparing for Continental and preparing for Drag Race?
You want to go first, or?
I think the unpredictability of the show. You go to the show not really knowing what you're gonna get, right? What they're gonna throw at you. And then Continental, you kind of know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You know you have swimsuit, evening gown, and then you have the freedom to do it with talent.
And also, it's like a pageant is one night. You know?
Oh, totally.
Pageant is like it all comes down to timing and like how you do good on that night. Where Drag Race, you get 14 episodes to try and figure it out. It's a lot for me. It was a lot more preparation for Drag Race because you just didn't need one swimsuit, an evening gown, know how to say something smart. You know, it gets very concise when you do a pageant. But it's like when we watch the finale, like a live finale for Drag Race, that to me is the pageant. Like that's the whole show wrapped up into one night, and it gets down to the nitty gritty.
Totally agree.
All right. Our next question's right over here. Would you stand up? What's your name and who's your question for?
My name is Kagan, and it's a question for both of you. So, how do you personally define success in your life, whether it be on the show or outside? Like, what does success look like to you?
That's a really good question. For me, I would have to say that success is being able to just live my life authentically and happily, not really have to worry too much. I can just live. That's success for me. If I found success in drag or any other art form or career, if I was happy and I was living comfortably, that's success for me. But in terms of like drag, I would say it's pretty much the same thing, you know? Me getting into a wig for the first time was success. No problem.
Successful. Yeah, exactly what Luxx said. No. I'm a little stoned, so I kind of forgot what you were saying. And that, to me, is the ultimate success.
Okay.
To be so stoned, you don't care what RuPaul says, you know? No, success to me is like ease. It's like comfortability and freedom. Also, success for us is being two brown queens that have some money. That's really nice.
You know, a lot of girls like to, you know, not really talk. Like, I love it because I get to share my art. Getting paid is fun too, you know? I enjoy that now I can live a little more affluently and be able to provide the things that I feel I deserve for myself. I think that is a really big positive that comes out of being given the platform. Being able to share your art, but also being able to execute it and give yourself back a gift for working so hard, you know?
And like, let's not forget, like, the higher accolades you get, especially being on Drag Race, the more people are looking and judging and waiting. So you gotta invest a little more. So as much as we are being blessed right now, we also don't want to get read on Reddit. So we want to like put our money back in to be entertaining and hopefully not get read.
Read on Reddit, honey.
I have a question over here. Your name and where you're from?
My name is Drake. I'm from Kansas City. However, I just moved to Chicago like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
My question is for Sasha. Your edit on the show has been like a little bit quiet. So what was a moment in the confessionals where you've been a little more vocal about other queens?
I mean, all the shit they didn't show this past couple of weeks. No. Yeah, the edit is forgiving, very nice, because I didn't really give them too much else, you know? I have this crippling desire for everybody to like me, so I kind of don't want to, like, rub anybody the wrong way. And being in the business for 20 years, I know I'm going to be next to these hoes, you know? So, I don't know. It felt easier to not dish out too much hate. It was a lot of fun to watch it, though.
All right, our next question right over here. What's your name and who's your question for?
Hi, my name is Love. I love both of you so much. My question's for both of you, actually. So which queen on season 15 that got eliminated early do you think got eliminated a little bit too early, and why would you bring her back?
I really think Poppy was, like, Princess Poppy got eliminated a little too early. She was really, really funny. She's, like, hilarious. I think if there were some challenges that really made her soar, we might have seen a lot more of her personality.
Yeah.
And Irene, I feel, would have been amazing television. I think we probably got rid of the villain really early.
and she had like some really good drag. If y'all have been seeing like on like socials and stuff, she's been posting it. She had some bangers in her closet for sure.
I have a question over here.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm from Chicago.
Hi.
You guys have been killing it on the runway this season. I just have a question like, what does your fashion inspiration come from? It could be a designer, it could be a brand, anything.
90s supermodels all the way. I mean, I just love, we love fashion. We're fashion girlies. We love fashion history. We love all of the things that come with it. And that's why I love Luxx, because, you know, her being 10 years younger than me, still getting the references that I get and I love, like, that's when you see that, like, fashion is really transcending. It doesn't have any year, especially nowadays.
Yeah, I don't really think I have like one specific inspiration for like fashion. I'm kind of just inspired by like everything that I see. I can be inspired everything everywhere all at once. I still haven't seen it. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent, but yeah, I'm kind of just inspired by culture at large.
We love that.
But I don't appropriate.
Hell yeah.
I know that's right.
Our next question's right over here behind Naysha Divas.
joke
What's
that
your
I came up
name and
with.
who's your question for?
My name's Jessica. I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to pass it to my cousin.
Okay.
It's her first time at a drag show and her first time in Boys Town. We give some love for my little cousin.
Oh my God.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
you'll never leave.
And what is your question, babe?
Her question was for Sasha. Love you too, Luxx. I love your lives. But her question was for Sasha. She wanted to know what you learned from the other girls being so seasoned.
Oh, what I learned from the other girls was that like fresh, like I'll take Sugar and Spice, for example, like their fresh take on realizing what drag was and learning it as they go and like teaching us in real time. It was like watching two Martians being down on Earth and being like, oh my God, guys, so they're like this drag thing and it's like really great and you can put on this stuff. So it was wild to watch I wish I could remember how my first time of seeing drag, you know? Like I'm envious of people who get to witness this for the first time, you know?
Here we have one right over here.
Period.
Hi, my name is Jose. I'm from Chicago. My question is pretty much for everyone. How was your first experience in drag, and kind of like what was the first song you performed to?
Ooh. The first song I performed to was S&M by Rihanna, and it was at like a community theater. Did like a drag show for Pride season, and that was my first time. I like made my outfit. I like did my hair, meaning I like took a wig from a beauty supply store and I brushed it. And I was like, oh my God, I styled my hair. But yeah, that was my first song performed.
My first time in drag was I was like 17 or 18. It was my birthday. I was in an 18 and over club in Hawaii, and I did Ponde Replay.
Oh my God, me too! I was good.
If you're a millennial drag queen, your first song was Ponde Replay. And I remember there was a queen that went, oh my God, Sasha, there's this girl named Rihanna that plays Ponde Replay. Ponde Replay. Yeah, with like camo pants and a bra. And that was it, and a smile,
I
honey.
wore thigh-high
Yes,
boots
especially in
and
the
a
2000s, your drag was like cute dress, add a belt. You know? That was it.
Our next question, straight back down here, Divas. What's your name and who's your question for?
Malcolm. My name's Malcolm. I'm born and raised from Chicago.
Hi.
All right. So first, Sasha, I'm getting to experience you for the first time. Amazing. Love you. Love you. Great drag performer. But my question's for Luxx. So, watching the show, we get a bit of an edit of Mistress and Lucy, where it seems like they have very strong personalities. Were there parts of their personalities we didn't get to see on camera that would make them more likable, or more to make them look differently, if that makes sense?
I mean, I feel
The voice went higher.
I mean, no. I feel like that's kind of like a loaded. I don't think that's a question that I can answer because I personally like Mistress on the show, but somebody else might not. So I think that that's up. I don't know if that's up to me because like some people might not like the things that I find likable, and some people might really like the things that I find unlikable. So I don't know. Were there things cut out of the show that probably could have, like, you know, steered the way that people see them in a general sense? Yes, I feel like that's the case for all of us because everything wasn't shown. So, yeah.
Work.
Yeah, I can't really pinpoint a moment though.
We have
It
another
was pretty
question.
accurate to what was happening in the room though.
Yeah.
On all parties.
Hi, I'm known as Mom. Hi.
Hi.
I have 3 gay sons who I adore. And this season seemed like there were more and more drag queens who had lost their moms out of the fact that you came out, whatever it was. So I just want to ask Sasha, can I be your mom?
Oh, I love that. I mean, I'm taking mother applications for sure. I love that. Even like I have my son here from New York, and his mom like unofficially adopted me. I have another son at this bar from Chicago, and his mom adopted me. So I just like, yes, let's do it. I love you, mother for mother.
Would you stand up for me? Our next question's right here, Divas. What's your name and who's our question for?
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm from Chicago. I just want to say you guys are like really beautiful and such inspirations. So my question is for the both of y'all. Being like such a big fan of like Drag Race and drag art, and wanting to like dip my toes into like drag itself, what would be like your advice for that?
My advice I tell anyone who wants to do drag is just do it. Like, half of the drag is working it out in front of people and having your sisters tell you, maybe not do this, maybe do that. A lot of kids I feel nowadays are so scared to put themselves out there, but that's the part of drag. That's part of the community. I mean, that's why we read each other, but then we can still help each other fix each other's hair. So just do it. There's never a right moment. There's never a wrong moment. The growth process is the best, for sure.
I would say, like, practice. Kind of what Sasha said. I think that repetition and doing it over and over again will kind of give you the opportunity to see things that you really like about your drag, things that you don't really like, things that read better on stage, things that don't. And I would also have somebody record all of your performances. So at the end of the night, you can watch it back and be like, I really like what I did here. Right here, we could mix that up, you know? Yeah. But I would say that self-analyzation kind of is the starting point in being real with yourself. Like, okay, I think I want to fix this. Don't go into it thinking, I'm that bitch right off the jump, because maybe you will be. It happens sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to take once or twice or 3 times or 20 times to get even halfway to the point where you want to be at the end.
Okay, we have a question over here in the back, all the way over here in the corner.
Thank you so much. I'm Gaga. I'm from Serbia. I just came to Roscoe's to support you. So a little tiny country of Europe supports you all. And my question is, did you have any idea how you will be perceived when you come on Drag Race? Or you came to Drag Race with the idea, I want to be perceived like this?
I feel like if you come on trying to direct yourself or they will direct you easier.
Yeah.
So if you just come open, and I didn't think I was worried about how I was perceived, but I was very hyper aware of this being on television, and am I going to be able to stand behind whatever I've done? So those were like the safeguards for me, but at the end of the day, also we want to be entertaining and have good TV, and everyone's gonna have different perceptions. Everybody could like one person, and just because everyone likes that one person, someone's gonna hate them. So you just can't go with intentions of trying to please everybody.
I kind of had a very big feeling of how I would be perceived, and it is pretty accurate. People think I'm a bitch. People think I'm cocky. People think I'm delusional. And they're absolutely right, and they should feel those things. I know that a lot of the time when people who look like me and act like me are given the platform to look like me and act like me aloud, they are deemed as the negative or the aggressor, or they shouldn't think that they're the best person in the room, or they shouldn't think that they're amazing at what they do. So I knew that there would be people like, oh, she's too much, she's this, she's that. And they're absolutely right, and keep thinking it because it got me here today, you know?
And I do love, because I remember Luxx a bunch of times when we were filming, like, how did you do? And then she would be like, oh, I was good. And then she would stop herself and be like, no, actually, I'm going to I was great. I did well. And she even said it. She's like, a lot of people don't see a black queer queen loving themselves, and sometimes it's threatening to a lot of people, but I admire it.
It's like sorry, I'm losing my voice. Even in the beginning of the season, when I would do well in Untucked, I was never coming back like, oh my God, I did amazing. The judges were gagging over me. I would be like, yeah, I did a good job. And people would still think that I was like being cocky or being whatever, where it's like, in the beginning, I knew how I could come off, so I was kind of trying to underplay how well I was doing, and I was like, oh, I think I did a good job. And towards the end, I was like, actually, no, I'm doing amazing. I'm gonna say how I'm doing, and if you don't like that, then you can cry about being second place.
Okay.
High safe.
That wasn't saying to Lucy. That was just a metaphor. That was just a little metaphor, you know.
Our next question's right over here. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Katie, fellow Virgo.
Hi.
Grew up in St. Louis, but I live here. And
Good.
I have a question about the edit a little bit. Like, how random are the teams when they're breaking you up? Like, the bubbly, ooh, the colors that people got. I don't know if you can answer that, but I am curious.
That was pretty random. That was it was like picking something from a thing. There was one, I remember they just kind of divide, I think it was a girl group.
Yeah, they kind
We
of
all just stood in line. They're like, okay, you three that are together, then you four that are together, and then you three. So sometimes it's like that, and sometimes we're waiting to be assigned, and then they're like, fight it out.
Yeah.
Metal Gate.
For the most part, if they told you you'll be choosing the teams yourself, they were. If they said you're on a team with this person, this person, this person, they chose the team. It's very, and they don't like stand us in a specific position. We just walk over there organically, and whoever you're standing by is who you're working with.
Yeah,
That's
so,
why
like-
I kind of was always in a group with Marsha
Yeah.
because I would be with Marsha all the time.
Yeah.
So it kind of just like works out like that.
And then I got that dirt. I'm like, okay, let me like mix this up and move
I was
around.
like, let me move over. Let me be in Rue's eyesight because I look really cute today.
I think even the interview was just like whoever you're standing next to, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have one last question right over here.
Hi, I'm Sebastian. I'm from Chicago. And
Hi.
so when or if you all make it to the finals, who do you want to lip sync against the most?
Who do you want to lip sync against the most?
Well, if it was up to me, I wouldn't lip sync against anybody, and they would just crown me on the spot.
If it was up to me, I would line all the hoes up, lip sync them all, and then when they crown me on the spot.
Knock them out back to back. Welcome back, Diva.
All right. So wait, I didn't hear your answers. If you made it, who would you lip sync against in the final if you had to choose?
Line them up.
Oh, light them all up. Everybody.
Sasha said line them up, and I said I'll just jump straight to the crowning. Save myself the effort.
Well, we have a special shout out that we were going to do today. So if we can have Jesus Morao come up here. Where's Jesus at? Jesus, where's Jesus? Jesus. Come on up, Jesus. Let's go. Let's move it.
Where is
Come on.
he?
Jesus.
Let's go. We got an entire bar. Jesus. There's Jesus.
Son
And
of
just
God.
here we go. Why don't we come up? You guys want a free meet and greet? No, come on up, guys. Come on up. Come on up.
This way.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So,
Hello.
hi, this is Sasha and Luxx.
Hi, and I'm Batty.
I never been with a Batty.
And I think Justin wanted to ask or talk to you or something.
I wanted to say,
Just stand.
I wanted to say how, no, come on. I just wanted to say how grateful I am to be with you. You have no idea how happy you made me. And I know most of our friends, they think our relationship is perfect, but to be honest, the only perfect thing we have is our commitment to fix things and make things work. So I know you're the person that I want to wake up right next to every single time in my life. So for that, I have one question that I wanted to ask in front of our friends. Our friends. Your friends, these amazing queens that we have right here, and a lot of strangers.
Them too.
Will you marry this crazy Latino?
Give it up for Jesus and Justin! Yes! And Sasha Colby and Luxx will be officiating the wedding come the spring.
I am ordained. I am ordained and I do parties.
Oh, congratulations, boys. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh my God.
Everybody say love.
Love. Oh my God.
All
that's so
right.
crazy.
Only at Roscoe's can you come see RuPaul's Drag Race in a full-on engagement.
Right.
I fucking live.
Is that the first time that's happened here?
It's the first and it'll be the last. We're not doing
Okay, don't get crazy.
First and
Not
last.
too much.
So all you motherfuckers don't be getting any ideas.
Y'all
It's
can do it
not
outside
happening.
on Halstead.
That was it. That was the one time that we did that. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for not one but two of the most beautiful guests that we've had. Luxx Noir.
Please remember to stick around at 10:30. We will have performances from all the divas, and your hostess is here. We're going to take a quick picture right here.
Do you want to give it up for Sasha Colby?
I thought you said that in the Luxx.
I was still saying London.
Oh, okay. It sounded like a combination of both. I didn't know what was happening.
I was still saying London.
Luxx Noir Colby.
She was going through. It was good. Make some noise for Sasha Colby, you guys.
We're going to take a quick picture. Just look at Sean.
This is like the view, right?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys at 10:30. YouTube, thank you so much for watching.
Wow.
If you have not pushed subscribe, go ahead and push subscribe. I'm Naysha Lopez.
I'm Batty Davis.
I'm your bearded bestie, Caramel DeVille. We'll see y'all next week.
Have a
YouTube.
good night.
Hasta.